And what's good, everybody? Happy Saturday. Glad to have you guys in the stream once again tonight for Behind the Arc Basketball here. Tobacco Road rivalry, and the last time we'll see Coach K on the road at Chapel Hill to take on the UNC Tar Heels. Tonight, it's going to be Duke, 18-3, number one in the ACC at 8-2, taking on UNC, 16-6. 8-3 in the ACC. Currently, North Carolina undefeated on their home court, 12-0 at home. And Duke on the road, 3-2 on away games this season. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, and glad to have you guys back in once again on my channel for what hopefully should be a phenomenal game between these two teams going down. Lucas, welcome to the stream here, man. I saw that. The game that just finished up, Kansas destroyed Baylor, and really wasn't a game right from the start. Chris in the stream, welcome in. Sorry to hear that, man. I saw about Xavier there today. Unfortunate there. A lot of shockers going down in college hoops. We'll get you guys caught up throughout the course of the day, what's going on throughout the scoreboard. This matchup, though, both of these teams, massive game, rivalry game. Both these teams getting on a roll. 4-game winning streak for both Duke and UNC. Duke currently number 2 seed in Joe Lunardi's bracketology. North Carolina, he's got at number 10 in the seeding line at the moment, just inside the bracket on the bubble for UNC, winning their last 6 straight games in a row. Duke coming off a big victory at Notre Dame. They had quite a while to rest up for this matchup, 57-43. That was back on Monday night. Lowest amount of points that they had allowed, just 43 to the Fighting Irish. Paolo Banchero scored a third of Duke's points, 21 points, 9 rebounds, 10 of 22 shooting from the floor. And for UNC, they're coming off a victory at Louisville in overtime, 90-83 on Tuesday. 5 players scoring in double figures. Armando Bacot having a monster season. He had 19 points, 22 rebounds. Brady Manick, 24 points. R.J. Davis made 4 threes, 18 points. And Caleb Love, 16.6 assists. And even Leaky Black snuck into the double-digit scoring column with 13. Johnny, what's good? Welcome to the stream, man. Arkansas going for 8 in a row tonight. Yursev, welcome in. Things going pretty well, man. Glad to have you guys back in once again. Massive game will be tipping off soon, a little bit past the top of the hour. Here's Baylor versus Kansas, just finished up in a big Kansas victory. So good in their home court at Fog Allen, 83-59, the final score. Get caught up on the college basketball scoreboard now since we're in the pregame currently. Arizona leading USC at halftime, 29-28. That's a battle between number 7 and number 19 in the rankings. Rutgers is putting on a big punishing effect here to Michigan State. Did not expect this one. 80-59 Rutgers. Rutgers been spectacular in their home court. They knocked off Purdue a couple months ago, but with 3.5 left to go, Rutgers gonna get the W tonight at the rack. Miami and Virginia playing. Virginia's got the lead, 42-32 against Miami. As we'll see if Virginia can start piecing together a much better second portion of the schedule here in the final month left to play. They usually save it all for the final month and improve. Games tipping off at the top of the hour here is for ranked games. Wisconsin hosting Penn State. LSU on the road at Vanderbilt. LSU's been cold lately. Couple other power conference games in there. Oregon State's at Colorado as well at the 6 o'clock hour. I'm going to take Arkansas once again tonight. Yeah, Auburn only survived by 2 today against Georgia. A lot of shocking games going on. If you haven't already done so, make sure to vote in the poll. Who do you got in this one, Duke or UNC? Spike the thumbs up if you guys are new. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. If you guys are new on the stream, and feel free to let me know out in the chat who you guys got in this one, Duke or UNC. Coach K's final time at Chapel Hill, Dean E. Smith Center. For this one for UNC, as we're going to tip off in a couple minutes from now. Starting 5 looks like this tonight for Duke. Wendell Moore Jr., Jeremy Roach, Paolo Banchero, Mark Williams, A.J. Griffin. That's the starting 5 for Duke. UNC starting 5, Leaky Black, Caleb Love, R.J. Davis, Armando Bacot, and Brady Manick. Bacot has been the top scorer or top player by far for UNC, putting up insane numbers. 16.5 points per game, 12.5 rebounds per game. He's got 17 double-doubles. That is currently second in the nation behind Fardaz Amac of Utah Valley for double-doubles for Baycott. And then Paulo Banchero, he is the top player this season for UNC, scoring just below 18 points per game, over 8 rebounds per game, just under 50% shooting from the floor. Fahad, welcome to Stream Airman. Landon, welcome in, taking Duke tonight by 6. Michael, welcome to stream, undefeated for UNC, looking to stay that way. From Michael, you know who he's got for this one. Glad to have you back in here, man. Jay Ramirez, welcome in. Yeah, this poll is pretty much split right now. Pretty much split. Coach K's final time going to Chapel Hill. And hopefully soon we're going to have the tip-off. I know it's quite a bit past the hour. I think it was like 10, 15 minutes past the hour I saw, because Baylor against Kansas, that was wrapping up, and it still said, like, by the time it wrapped up, it had like another like 20 to 25 minutes after that game wrapped up. There's been quite a bit of time that's gone down after the game has got wrapped up, that they had to go to break. They did a little bit of a recap of the end of the game afterwards as well. Brian, what's good? Welcome to Streamer, man. I'm going to go UNC for my prediction in this one. 75-72. So UNC is still looking for that signature ranked victory. They haven't got it this season. They only got one, but it was against Michigan. That was back when Michigan was ranked at 24. That was over 2 months ago. But they don't have a victory against like an opponent that's locked in the top 25 on a consistent basis. And for Duke, they've struggled on the road. Two losses have been on the road this season for Duke. It's only played 5 road games in total. Lost at Ohio State, and then they had the loss at Florida State by 1, which Florida State looked like they were going to make it into the bracket. Now they've just fallen apart lately. Florida State lost at home today against Wake Forest. So this place is rocking here. Deanie Smith Center, Chapel Hill, about to get ready to tip off in a couple minutes from now. And glad to have you guys back onto the stream. It's been a while since I was able to cover a game or so. I get a pretty busy week for me for this past week. It gets a little lighter this week for me, so I'm probably going to cover some more games in the weeknights this coming week. Yeah, Chris pumped up for the Super Bowl there. Big shock, man, that the Bengals have made their way. It's incredible. Oh, wow. Alabama's a 1.5 point favorite. That's quite odd. Really odd right there that they're a 1.5 point favorite. Duke comes into this game 3.5 point favorite against UNC. Over-under set at 152 between these two teams tonight. Gonna tip off in a couple minutes from now. Hit me up in the chat who you got in this one, Duke or UNC, and glad to have you guys on the board on the stream. Goody, welcome back in, man. Yeah, things going pretty well. I've been extremely busy. I covered a game for college earlier today in person. Then I actually got to do an interview with one of the top players. They had 2 players that made 5 3-point shots, and the team that I call at home today, they ended up winning. Final score was 82-78. It was really good. So it was a great game. Like back and forth throughout the game. They found their way down by 11 at one point in the first half, and then they started to get back into it. What's good, Aaron? Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, I saw that about Xavier. Hopefully they'll be able to have a much better month for you, Chris. Still got quite a while to the tournament. Over a month and plus a week till Selection Sunday. Yes, I think Kentucky's still going to beat Alabama. Yeah, Virginia Tech's starting to play better lately. Yeah, you guys should probably get that against Pitt. So we've still yet to tip off. We will in a couple minutes from now. Taking a look at the ACC standings currently here, Duke at number 1 in the conference at 8-2. They're tied with Notre Dame. Notre Dame with a victory today, which puts them up to 9-3. Miami in a game in progress currently against Virginia, which Virginia is currently holding on to the lead in that game. Scores 48-37 Virginia. That's something to monitor. There's currently right now probably going to be 4 ACC teams in the tournament. Wouldn't shock me if there was 5. Somebody just steals the ACC tournament and gets into March Madness. Virginia's usually that type of team here. Final month, they just seem to get better and better and better and improve. Right now, the Cavs are 13-9. 7-5 in the conference, trying to go up on the upswing. Wake Forest, big road victory at Florida State earlier today. Wake Forest up to 9-4 in the conference, as they're currently tied with Miami and UNC. Miami and UNC at 8-3. Yeah, it's your schedule could get harder. It could benefit you if your schedule gets harder, because you got quality opponents right there. It benefits more, especially if you're a mid-major team, when you play quality opponents that are ranked or close to the rankings that can help you out. Now, if your schedule gets easier, then it looks good in your record if you keep on winning those games, like you should. It does not look good, though, if you lose against those teams, which happened to be the case today. But, I mean, I'm not going to talk just yet because Providence plays Georgetown tomorrow, so honestly, anything could happen. Georgetown's winless in the Big East, so you don't know. It's crazy. Any arena inside the conference, especially Big East, Big 12, SEC, it's tough to play in on any of those arenas. So momentarily, we're going to get rolling here to tip off this one. They're just announcing the starting lineups for both of these teams right now at Chapel Hill, and then we'll get ready to tip off. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified. Future live streams I do cover. How about this as a shocker? Rutgers is going to get the victory today over Michigan State. 84-63 in the final 10 seconds left to go. Big victory at the rack for Rutgers. Arizona leading early second half over USC 33-31, and Vanderbilt and LSU, that game's in progress currently. LSU trying to get back on the right track as Vanderbilt's up now 16-11. Wow. Renting houses, thousands a night at the Airbnbs they're renting it for. Yeah, it doesn't shock me. I saw the Super Bowl tickets were absolutely crazy, like going for like 9,000 plus, like anywhere between like 9,000 to 13,000 for most Super Bowl tickets. That's insane. Missouri taking on Texas A&M. Missouri might have this one. I remember the time that Texas A&M started out the season 17-2, and now they've just plummeted downwards, in jeopardy of being 500 in the conference. Missouri leads 68-66 in the final 40 seconds. Big key in this game for UNC coming in as underdogs, 3.5 point underdogs in this matchup at home, is that how will they fare defensively? That's the big key in this matchup. They struggle, especially when it comes to perimeter defense. Duke hasn't had the strongest 3-point shooting team this season. UNC comes in top 20 nationally in shooting the 3 ball, have a lot of perimeter players in their team, but defensively, they're giving up around 72 points per game to opponents. Even though they've been better lately, they had a solid defensive game last week against Boston College, but right now ranked around 258th nationally in defense for UNC. Duke enters this matchup 18th in scoring around 80 points per game. Top 40 in rebounding, around 39 rebounds per game. Also 11th in Division I college basketball 2-point makes this season for Duke, and their perimeter defense is top 30. Lance, welcome to Stream Air, man. Hit me up in the chat who you guys got in this one, Duke or UNC. We're going to tip off just momentarily here. Oh, they got a fan cam. That's pretty cool. And vote in that poll if you haven't already done so. Poll is pretty split right now. Right down the middle. North Carolina going to go in the home white jerseys today. Light blue numbers, light blue letters. Duke will go in the dark blue uniforms tonight. White numbers, white letters. This crowd is rocking here. Dean E. Smith Center, Chapel Hill. North Carolina about to tip off this game in just a moment. Armando Bacot, phenomenal season. He has had 17 double-doubles. That is number 2 nationally. Duke will go right to left in the court. UNC will go left to right as here we go. About to get ready for the opening tip. Williams and Bacot go up for the tip, and it's controlled by Duke as we start things off here. Roach moves the ball into the hands of Banchero. He made a third of his team's points in the victory over Notre Dame on Monday. Well rested, takes the jumper at his sweet spot at the right elbow and drills it. Duke on top 2-0. First possession for the Tar Heels. Bobbled on the outside. Davis able to pick it up and recover. Over to Black. Off the pick, dribbles up. Takes the deep 2 jumper and missed off the bottom part of the backboard. Defensive rebound pulled down by Banchero. Pushing it. Swings it out to the low block. Williams moves it outside to Wendell Moore. Into the hands top of the Kia Roach. Over to Moore. Roach has it at the top, 18 on the shot clock. To the right wing, Griffin launches a 3, splash, that's good. A.J. Griffin, he has been huge here in the second stage of this season. Lights one up from downtown, 64% three-point range in the last 4 games for A.J. Caleb Love at the top, bounce pass off to the trail, roll down, that's good. Bacot with a left-handed layup. Scoring aplenty here in the early stages. 7 points in the first minute. Bradley, welcome in. Glad to have you back at the stream here, man. Duke has it on their third possession, scoring in their first 2. Roach sets up a wide open 3. Top of the key. That rains through by Banchero. 5 out of the 8 so far through Paulo for Duke. UNC, third possession of the night. Davis dribbles towards his right, hands it off to Manick, the transfer from Oklahoma. Slides it out to the top, Bacot. Passes out left wing Love, out to the top of the key. Davis takes the 3 straight away and went dead on the back iron, and off the mark it went. Duke comes up with a defensive rebound with Moore. Moore pushing it, drives, kick out, corner. Griffin, pump fake. Gathers it. 20 on the shot clock. Towards his right, bounce pass into the hands to Roach. Roach will slow it down. 18 minutes left to go. 2 minutes through. Cross-court feed to Banchero. 6 in the shot clock for Banchero. Crossover. Step back jumper. Deep 2. Missed off the mark. Tipped up and defensive rebound pulled down by Black of UNC. On the far side, Leaky Black moves it out to the top. Deep range 3. Love. Missed off the back rim on the pull-up. And it goes right back to Duke with a defensive rebound. Bounce pass mid-block. Mark Williams working on Bacot. Backs his way, underneath, has possession, pump fake, puts it up and through, big Markey for 2, count it, and 1. It is Bacot who picks up his first personal foul, and Mark Williams now involved in the scoring column as he'll head to the charity stripe to shoot 1. What's good, Ben? Welcome to Stream Air, man. Glad to have you back in. Hit me up in the chat who you guys got in this one. Duke or UNC, a red-hot start for the Blue Devils. Mark Williams, free throw is good. They extend it to the largest lead so far. 2.5 minutes through, Duke up 11-2. UNC with the ball. Love. Over to Manick. Back outside is Davis. Davis at the right wing. Bounce past Manic. Wide open three at the right corner. Takes one and missed off the mark. Deflected to the perimeter. Offensive rebound. Love takes a three. Skipped around the rim and out. Tipped around the rim and missed by Manic. Goes right back to Duke. Duke has been on fire right from the start. 4 for 5 from the floor. Roach at the wing. Turns the corner. Swings it outside. Bunkero. Pump fake. And he gets fouled. That's Baycott's second. That is not a good sign at all to start things off for UNC. Armando Baycott, the top player this season for the Tar Heels, averaging 16.5 points per game, 12.5 rebounds per game. Number 2 nationally in double-doubles, has just picked up his second personal foul, and we are just 3 minutes into action. Bounce pass, down low. Griffin, tough move, and he scores up and in and through. What a start by Duke. Young Icy, walk on the stream. UNC needs to see if they can get something going into the rhythm if they want to make this a game. Love outside of Manic will jack up a three. Hits one by the transfer from Oklahoma. Brady Manic with a huge three right there. Duke with the ball. Dribble, drive, attack. Pass deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Tar Heels. Off of the dribble drive by Roach. It will stay Duke basketball with 16:22 on the clock. What's good, Anthony? Welcome to the stream. This is just the only game I'll be covering tonight. Duke will inbound underneath the hoop. Bounce pass to Griffin. Takes the jumper. He hits it at the baseline. A.J. Griffin. 2 big shots right out of the gate today. He's already the top scorer, up to 7. Made a 3. He just rose up at the baseline, drill one. He had one before as well. Drive, attack, kick to the corner. Wide open 3 taken by Puff Johnson for UNC, and he missed off the mark. Deflected on the far side, lost it though, was Caleb Love, and that's a turnover. It's going to be Duke basketball coming up as we head to the timeout. 4 minutes and 4 seconds through. What a start by Duke in this game. 15-5 as we reach the media timeout. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate all for joining in tonight, being a part here on the channel. And man, red hot right out of the gate. Duke 6 for 7 from the floor, perfect 2 for 2 from 3-point range. Paulo Bunkero, he had the first bucket of the night. He's up to 5 points. It's A.J. Griffin who's leading the scoring. Griffin with 7, Bunkero with 5, and then Mark Williams with 3, with a bucket and the free throw that he got to complete the 3-point play. North Carolina top scorer, that is Brady Manic with a made 3, and then Baycott's got 2. Baycott in deep foul trouble though, with 2 personal fouls. What's good? Morning Thunder, welcome to the stream. Quick scoreboard update. Other scores right now going on in college hoops since we're on the timeout. Arizona USC tied up at 42. Wisconsin out to a roll early on, leading Penn State 12-3. And Vanderbilt up over LSU 19-15. In the ACC, Virginia leading Miami. It's by a long shot right now. Score there is 57-42 Virginia, with around 8:40 remaining in the second. Hey, thanks so much, Chris. Appreciate it, man, for joining in. So it's just right from the get-go here. Duke legit is hitting everything, and that's the difference maker in this game so far. 7 possessions by Duke, 6 for 7 shooting from the floor at 86%. Hitting everything, and that's been UNC's Achilles heel all season long, is defense. As they came into this game around 258 defensively in all college basketball. And that's been a struggle. Duke's coming off their best defensive performance this season, holding Notre Dame on Monday to just 43 points. That happens to be a season low. 57-43, the final score on Monday. So Duke comes in well rested, and UNC had played an extra day later. UNC coming off a victory against Louisville, played in overtime, and that was on Tuesday night. Derpy in the stream, welcome in. Yeah, hopefully this is a much better game coming out of this timeout. So we come out of the timeout now. It's Duke with the basketball going right to left in the court. Bounce pass the wing to Banchero. Passes it down low, pump fake, puts one up, and gets it to go. That is good by Wendell Moore, now in the scoring column. Driving to the rim, and that is out of control. Caleb Love got hooked in the backside. Referees say no call. Duke comes up with the ball, looking to extend it. Griffin down in the low post, missed off the glass, and called in the offensive foul. Pushing off was A.J. Griffin. It will go back to UNC. North Carolina has it at the wing. Davis dribbles towards his left around the perimeter. Davis takes a step back three, does it all himself, and not a good look right there as he misses it. Off the back rim too strong. Didn't bother passing it to a single teammate on that possession. Duke with a defensive rebound. Blue Devils 7 for 8 from the floor. Out to the top of the key, it's Wendell Moore. Moore gives it out to the wing to Roach. Dumps it out to Williams. Pump fake, takes the jumper, free throw circle, and delivers with it. Mark Williams for 2. And Williams up to 5 points, perfect 2 for 2 from the floors. This is just a red-hot start here, hitting everything from the floor by Duke. UNC with the ball at the wing. Looking for something. Black moves it out to the top to Manick. Now out to the wing and a foul call. It's committed on Roach. Clock will stop with 14:24. What's good, Trish? Welcome to the stream. Malika, welcome back in. Inbound here for UNC. They give it from Black to Puff Johnson. Puff Johnson towards his left and outside. Moves it out to Manick. Takes the three and hits his second one of the game. Brady Manick with 6 of 8 points so far for UNC, saving the Tar Heels. 14 minutes left to play. Approaching the mark, and a reach-in fall called from behind on Puff Johnson. What's good, Daniel, Rail, Lewis? Glad to have you guys in the stream. David, welcome in. UNC 2 for 8 from the perimeter. Duke top 30 nationally in three-point shooting defense. They had it deflected. Duke able to pick it up again. At the baseline, pump fake, create space, jumper, and missed off the back rim by the Blue Devils. Roach attacks down the lane, looking for his teammate John, and they lost it as it goes out. It's going to be UNC ball coming up, down by 11 for the Tar Heels. What's good, Lewis? Welcome in. Yeah, defensively it's been a struggle this season for UNC. UNC has it with Davis, hands it off outside to Love. Now over to Manick. Manick passes off to Love. Love dribbles, attacks, floats up a wild type of shot, and that's no good. 2 misses by Caleb Love right at the rim that haven't really been close. The ball into the hands of Wendell Moore. Wendell Moore has it at the edge of the UNC logo. Lobs it over to Banchero. Banchero cross over the top of the key. Dribbles up, backs his way to the free throw circle, working on Black, and he got stripped. Lost it. Stolen away. Davis out to the races. Bodies collide, and the ball gets picked up. No call. Pass ahead. One dribble. Moore able to lay it up and in. That's good. Off the reverse-handed layup. That play just on the court. Unfortunate for UNC. No call right there. Duke was able to pick it up, and out of the play already was Moore on the opposite side of the court. Manick backs his way to the mid-block, poked loose, and will be a reach and fall called on Moore. Clock will stop, 12:38 remaining in the first. Duke just been lights out to start off this game, 9 for 12 from the floor, 75% shooting. And North Carolina's been stolen cold, 3 for 14. Lucky that Duke's only made 2 threes and not like 6 or 7, because this would be a monster blowout right now if they were trading those 2s for 3s. UNC gets the inbound. Caleb Love on the outside, dribbles to the top of the key. He's defended by Banchero. Crossover at the top, drives. Bounce pass, Manick floats up the shot at the low block and missed. Hit the rim short, back to Duke. 12:20 left to go. Pass to the corner. Wide open 3. Spots up but couldn't connect on the 3-point shot. As that was Joey Baker. And a lost handle. Duke able to pick up a steal and a reaching committed at half court by Black. What's good? Rick on the stream. Welcome in. $12:09 left to go in the first. Duke with the ball again, coming up off the inbounds. Leading by 13 with 12 minutes left to play. Deflected around the outside. Keels able to pick it up. Keels at the top. Gets the handoff. Takes the 3 straight away. Right down the pipe it goes. Third made 3 tonight by Duke. Perfect 3 for 3 from the perimeter. Trevor Keels able to knock down one through. Shoot from the outside. UNC has it at the wing. Love defended by Wendell Moore. Crossover. Dribbles right baseline. Pass deflected and poked loose, intercepted. Theo John able to come up with a steal. Keels had a fingertip on that. Off the pass down the trail. Count it. And one coming up. Wendell Moore out on the fast break, and this game is not even close. 26-8. And Wendell Moore will head to the charity stripe to shoot one. Coming up at the free throw line. It's a testament to these games. Is North Carolina ready to beat in the bracket or not? They entered today on a 4-game winning streak, currently a 10 seed if the season ended today. But a loss like this, especially if they get destroyed by Duke, still without a signature win on their category, they're going to have to figure it out fast. 26-8, timeout taken, 11:24 left to go remaining. And this is a 7-zip run by Duke in the last minute and a half. Wow, LSU's getting destroyed by Vanderbilt. Yeah, LSU's been cold lately. Couple other scores going on throughout college basketball. Wisconsin leading Penn State. There's a lot of blowouts right now. 17-7. Vanderbilt leading LSU 29-17. This one is dead even. Arizona, USC tied up at 46 with 11:20 remaining. Arizona ranked at number 7. USC ranked at number 19. Also, Virginia putting on a pounding against Miami. 63-46 Virginia in the final 5 minutes. Colorado looking good, leading Oregon State 32-15. Wow. Wichita State leading SMU 31-13. That's a shocking score right there. SMU was set up to potentially be a bubble team. That's not going to help out at all. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate all for joining in, being a part here tonight in the channel. Make sure to vote in the poll if you haven't already done so. Who do you got tonight in this one? Duke or UNC? It's been a lopsided game right from the start. Duke legit cannot miss, and UNC is shooting bricks. What's good, Vegas? Welcome to stream here, man. Yeah, this is the last time that Coach K is gonna coach Duke at Chapel Hill. This is the final game for Coach K at Chapel Hill. What a start right there. BKL, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining in. I took UNC in this one. Not looking too promising right now. You think about like signature opportunities. This is the biggest one they got on the schedule, and right now this is not looking good for UNC because they're borderline tournament, and this certainly doesn't help. When you get crushed against a team that's basically locked in the bracket, this is not going to help at all, especially when they're undefeated at home. That's been the Achilles heel all season long for North Carolina defense as we head back to action. Free throw is good by Wendell Moore, 3-point play complete. And North Carolina's defense allowing Duke to shoot the ball 73% from the floor, 11 for 15 in this game to start. And UNC came out and they've shot more threes than Duke. 8 3-point shot attempts, just 2 for 8 from the perimeter. North Carolina, top 20 in 3-point shooting. But in this matchup, the defense always wins. And Duke came into this game top 30 in perimeter defense, and they've been locking down as there's been a lot of bricks tossed up by the Tar Heels. On the far side, Duke will commit a reach and fall. It certainly doesn't help that Baycott picked up 2 falls in the first 3 minutes. North Carolina will get the inbound. 11:09 left to go in the first. They give it out to the corner. Into the hands to Love. Puts it over to Baycott. Love moves it out to Manick, who has made 2 threes, and he missed one off the back rim. Battle for the rebound. Deflected out. Last touch by Duke. Off of Williams, referee will say. What's good, Phillips? Welcome to the stream. Under 11 minutes left to go, UNC will get the inbounds. Keels passes out to the top. Baycott puts the ball into the hands to Love. Love dribbles up, floats up the runner. Off the back rim, misses, and Williams, 7-foot big man, snatches the defensive rebounds. UNC 3 for 16 from the floor, and Duke will look to slow it down. Keels lobs it over. Hand off to the top. Griffin dribbles, drives, down the lane inside, puts one up and scores up in and off the backboard. A.J. Griffin, he has been huge this season in the second portion. Perfect 4 for 4, 9 points by Griffin, the top scorer in the game. Out to the wing, Black has it. Moves it out to the top, Puff Johnson. Backs his way inside the key. Almost turned it over, and he does right there. Pass back to the perimeter, deflected, stolen away by Joey Baker. Pro hop on the move, and that's too easy. Caleb Love could not stay out in front of him, and Joey Baker is 2 points off the fast break. Steal and bucket, and UNC has no answers whatsoever. Love moves over to Baycott. Baycott backs his way to the mid-block, turn around, puts one up, and hooks it through for 2. Finally, they got something on the board. The 12-zip run by Duke has come to a close. Baycott now with 4. 9.5 left to go in the first. Duke with the ball. Lob to the wing of the perimeter. They pass it off to Griffin. Griffin at the elbow. Working on Manick, lost the dribble, gets it back. 6 on the shot clock. Griffin takes the 3 straight away. Missed off the mark. Defensive rebound pulled down by Black. Love to Manick. Thought about taking the 3. Pump fakes right down the lane and throws it down with a right-handed flush. That's going to give some excitement in the crowd right now. We see Roy Williams applauding about that one, and now the fans start to stand up in Chapel Hill. A slam dunk by Brady Manick, and he has been the only one to show up tonight so far for UNC. Here's a three by Duke. It hit the rim short. No good by Bates Jones. Getting some minutes early on, number 34. 3 missed straight away by Love. UNC came out to jack up threes. 10 attempted threes. They've only made 2. And we're going to have a timeout taken on the floor. 8:24 left to go in the first. Lopsided as it's come. 31-12. It's all Duke. High clip. 68% shooting. Christian, welcome to the stream, man. Sorry to hear that. I saw that today. Unfortunate loss against Syracuse. Quick back into action here as we got 8:20 left to go in the first. UNC with the ball. Coming back from a short break. Driving right down the lane, and Davis will get fouled. So RJ Davis will head to the free throw line. It's Jeremy Roach who picks up the blocking foul. What's good? Gucci Mane in the stream. Welcome in. And Davis missed the first free throw. Even the mascot right now is in tears as we see that. Second shot by Davis. That one is through. 8:16 left to go in the first. This has been all Duke right from the start. Michael, welcome to the stream. Approaching the 8-minute mark left to go in the first half. Duke with the ball. Roach passes to the top of the key. Boncaro lobs it to the low post. It's Theo John. Backs his way. Pivot on Baycott. Hands it over to Griffin. Griffin into the key. Puts one up. Contested by Manick. Gets the friendly roll. Everything can go. A.J. Griffin, 11 points, the top scorer, and what a start for him as he is he started out a perfect 4 for 4 from the floor. Now he's 5 for 6. Deflected and stolen away. Duke picks up the steal. Pump fake, low post. Boncaro off the top of the glass, no good, went down, and UNC has numbers here. Left baseline dribble, shovel pass, down low. Baycott throws it down with a two-handed jam. If only they went to the rim earlier, this might have started to get closer. 10 attempted twos, 10 attempted threes for UNC so far. They've been breaking the threes, just 2 for 10 from the outside. Griffin, pump fake at the left wing, defended by Manick. Bounce pass to the low block. John gets called for the push-off. Offensive foul by Theo John. And it's a turnover by Duke. We'll go in a timeout here. Media break, 7:02 left to go in the first. It's Duke up by 18, 33-15. Wow, I didn't see that. Colorado State against San Diego State with the uniforms. I'll have to check that out sometime. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. And thank you all for watching tonight, being a part here on the channel. Duke comes out shooting at a high percentage, 66%, 14 to 21 shooting. Plus 4 in the glass, 12 to 8. And UNC comes out shooting a bunch of threes and missing. Just 30% from the floor, 6 for 20 only, 2 for 10 from 3. Points in the paint doubling. Points in the paint for Duke, 16 to 8 in favor of Duke. And just difference maker in this game has been defense. It's been a big struggle this season all along for UNC. Let's see what we got right now. USC is leading Arizona 59-54. Wisconsin up over Penn State 18-11. That is gross. Yeah, that's odd. Colorado State saying the Aggies there. That's weird. I just saw the score of Wisconsin versus Penn State. This is gross. 18-11. Wisconsin is leading. In 18-11 is the score with 45 seconds left to play before halftime. That's a terrible score. That's looking like that final score is going to be in the 30s. Yikes. So we'll keep you guys updated on that, but the score there is Wisconsin 18, Penn State 11 with 45 seconds left to play before halftime. Unbelievable. Vanderbilt putting a big number on LSU, 43-25 going into halftime for Vandy. LSU's just falling apart. Wichita State crushing SMU 35-21. And Virginia has just won over Miami. Final score 71-58 Virginia. As Virginia trying to make a second half push towards potentially being spoiler in the bracket. We've seen it done before. Virginia going on big winning streaks in February and March. Yeah, that's a tough one. I would not enjoy calling that game. 18-13 going into halftime basically. Oh man. Ethan, welcome to the stream. Yo, Wisconsin's leading right now. It's not a pleasant score at all. I remember there was a couple of years ago, it was a Clemson against North Carolina State game where the score was in the 40s to the 20s that the final score was. The losing team scored 24 points. It was the lowest since the shot clock was implemented. We got back to action. 6.5 left to play. Duke with the ball. Up by 18. Moore dribbles towards his left, drives down the lane, and Moore slices defenders, couldn't finish off the glass and missed. UNC comes back with a defensive rebound, cross court. Love to a three-point shot that is good. Raining down right through the pipe by Brady Manek. Manek has made 3 threes. He is the savior of UNC. Without Manek, they would just be getting pummeled right now. What's good? I don't know anymore. Welcome to the stream. Tennessee, welcome in. Yeah, Cody, welcome to the stream. Tennessee with a big victory today over South Carolina. Ooh. I probably pass on that. Most likely, I know NBA assistant. He probably is gonna get it because he's an NBA assistant. I'm concerned though because Duke will go to the free throw line. The struggle has been offensively for Louisville lately. I think they might want to look at someone more suited for the college game or so, because there's a lot of coaches out there that I think that would definitely be willing to move up and get a bigger job. Under 6 minutes left to play. It's 35-18 Duke as both of the free throws went down. Shoveling into the wrong hands and stepping on a bounce either way was Keels of Duke. So that's a turnover. Five turnovers by both of these teams so far today. 81-57. Tennessee crushed South Carolina. UNC with it. Down by 17. They settle for a jumper at the low block, and RJ Davis able to bank it. Approaching the 5-minute mark left to play. Duke will settle for a deep 2 jumper, missed off the back rim, and the defensive rebound able to get pulled down for UNC. Baycott takes the jumper and missed. Away from the rim. Duke comes up with a defensive rebound. Boncaro pushes it out to the top. Wendell Moore has it for Duke. 4.5 left to play before half. Swings it out to the corner. Catch and fire 3. And missed by Keels as he airballed it. UNC comes up with a defensive board. Davis inside the key. Floats up the runner. Missed off the back rim. Offensive rebound. Baycott swatted by Williams. And Duke comes up with it. Huge rejection right there by Mark Williams. Keels has it for Duke, approaching the 4-minute mark left to play before half. Moore at the wing, lobs it over to Mark Williams. Handoff Moore. Moore passes to the wing. Boncaro 1-on-1, working on Black. Rises for the jumper. Missed off the back rim by Boncaro. Leaky Black with the defensive rebound. Pass ahead. Love. Spin move. Moves it outside. Manick takes the 3 straight away. Missed off the mark. Had a good look until Duke closed down on that one. And UNC is just 8 for 28 shooting. And Duke will slow it down. I was thinking maybe Mark Pope from BYU. Only thing is that he played at Kentucky. Nice move to the bucket right there. That is Wendell Moore able to score. So Moore up to double figures now with 11. UNC has it at the corner. Left baseline dribble Black. They kick out to the right corner. Wide open 3. Manick takes it and he drills it. Brady Manick is single-handedly keeping UNC at least afloat. 14-point game. Manick has made all the 3-point shots today. Wide open at the right corner. 4 for 7 from the perimeter by Manick. He is the game leader with 14 points. And the number 2 scores Baycott, who got into early foul trouble. He's got 6. Timeout taken by Coach K in the court. 2:53 left to go. And 14-point lead by Duke, 37-23. Yeah, 18-13. Wisconsin leads Penn State at halftime. That's crazy. Interested to see what the final score of that one will be in a little bit. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate all for joining in tonight, being a part here on the channel. I got a couple links posted down there. The Discord, Twitter, merchandise, memberships. Check those out if anybody's interested in the description of this video. The memberships link is pinned to the chat. What that gets you is special shout out to the end of each and every single one of my live streams for all channel members, as low as $1.99 per month. The Discord link's in the description, along with the merchandise. I'll put that link out in the chat. Got some pretty cool stuff out there for merch, short sleeve, long sleeve shirts, iPhone cases, pillows, stickers, sweatshirts. So check that out if anybody's interested. And got my Twitter link out there as well. All that's in the description. Warren, what's good? Welcome to Stream Airman. Hope all is going well. Duke currently 2 players in double figures scoring. AJ Griffin with 11. Wendell Moore with 11. Paulo Banchero's got 5. He's the top rebounder with 7 rebounds. And Brady Manick, only player to score in double figures for UNC with 14, making 4 threes. College basketball scoreboard going on in the timeout. Arizona leads USC 64-62. Great game there with 3:45 left to go. Low-scoring game, Wisconsin and Penn State, 18-13 going into halftime. Wisconsin leads. Haven't seen a score that low in a long, long time. LSU's getting destroyed against Vanderbilt. LSU bye-bye out of the top 25. Vanderbilt leads 43-25. And that's basically it for power conference teams playing right now. I think you have to pay a little bit on shipping. Once you add it to the cart, I think it says something for like the shipping. Yeah, Fordham's been playing pretty well this season. Oh man, every single day it seems like it's different for national champion. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna have Baylor in the Final Four, honestly, because I'm seeing a lot of flaws there, especially interior defense for Baylor. I got three teams I know that I've got in the Final Four right now: Auburn, Kentucky, and Illinois. I might go for Kentucky for national champion. Not sure. I've been going back and forth between a lot of teams. Fourth team I got right now is Baylor, but I don't know. It all depends on the matchup. They struggle with their 2-point defense. And that's something that Kansas has been improving on. I watch out for Kansas too because the front court is starting to get right. Jalen Wilson, Dave McCormack, they've been playing much better. They're one of the most experienced teams in all of college basketball. Here's a strip and a steal by North Carolina. We come up out of timeout, 2.5 remaining before halftime. Leaky Black dribbles to the cup and banks one through. Yeah, it's basically changing every day. It all depends on the matchups, basically. Because you match up a team with a strength that the other team struggles with, but they haven't played against that type of team this season. It could cause a lot of problems. Here's a jumper at the free throw circle, and it rolls in. Duke for 2 more on the board, as that is A.J. Griffin, the top scorer for the Blue Devils with 13. UNC has it at the top. They get the floor cam going on right now, and Mark Williams reaches in. Fall committed, minute 45 left to go, defending Baycott. The clock will stop. What's good, Jerome? Welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining in. Since 1973. That's awesome, man. First shot's good by Baycott. I don't with Purdue. I have them more with the Elite Eight. I haven't determined if they're gonna go Final Four or not. But I would probably have them locked in the Elite Eight. The only thing I've got question marks about that team getting across and over the hump of other teams. Oop, 1 second here. 39. It was UNC shooting free throws, so it's 39-27. Duke now with the ball up by 12. Buncaro at the right corner. Minute and a half left to go before halftime. They move it out to Griffin at the wing. Griffin pump fake. John sets the pick. Griffin lost it at the baseline, turns it over. That's some momentum going into halftime here for the Tar Heels. I think another team to watch out for is Arizona. That's a team I'm debating on too. I think they could be Elite Eight, but they move the ball so well. That's another team that historically has struggled to get over the hump. Missed 3 at the corner by UNC. Duke picks up the defensive rebound. 1 minute left to play before halftime. Duke by 12 and with the ball. It's Keels. Lobs it over to Buncaro. Buncaro looks to pass it out. Dribbles towards his right. Instead will take a 3. He's open and couldn't hit it though. Off the back rim. Picked up on the fall on the rebound. And it's going to be assessed to Theo John. Rebounding fall by Duke by John. Yeah, I'd say all those there, Christian. Got really, really good opportunities. Manic will head to the free throw line. First one is good for UNC. UNC now in the bonus. It's been Brady Manic who has carried this team all game long. Second one skipped around the rim and out. Moore picks up the defensive rebound. Final 40 seconds left to go before half. This has been the closest that it's been for quite a while. Still, it's a double-digit lead by Duke. Moore, right baseline dribble on Manic. At the low block, moves it outside. Griffin makes the extra pass. Shoots the three straight away by Duke and missed off the mark by Jones. And the defensive rebound pulled down by UNC. That is number 34, Bates Jones, senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. So they played him a little bit in the first half. Usually doesn't receive much minutes. Step back jumper, deep two, missed off the back rim by Davis. Battle for the rebound as the horn sounds. And we close in, go to halftime. It's Duke with an 11-point lead. Led by as many as 23 points. North Carolina, though, ended the first half on a 20-8 run. And they have been saved in this game by Brady Manic. 15 points by Manic, scoring more than half of the team points. He has made 4 threes in the first half. Also the top rebounder with 5 rebounds as we head into halftime. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe, and appreciate all for joining in tonight on the stream as right now we head to half. I still stick with Coach K right there as the best of all time. Yeah, Coach Cal would have to win a bunch of championships. Like a bunch more. Yeah, Arizona in a great game against USC. I'm going to see if I can switch this. They're in their final minute. 66-63. It's Arizona who leads with 1:06 left to play. Wisconsin leading Penn State at halftime. Rough score there, 18-13. Vanderbilt up at the half against LSU, 43-25, about to start the second half. Sorry to hear that, Chris. Yeah, I usually look back at teams that struggle like around February and March to determine like how they'll go in the bracket. Say if some team loses, like some team was in the top 25, they lose the last 3 out of 4 or something like that. Probably not going to be a good tournament, most likely, because when I do a lot of my bracket picking, I look at like hot streaks and cold streaks and see. Right now, Xavier is getting cold. Still a chance to turn it around. I still think they're going to be in the bracket for Xavier. One team that I do not think will be in the bracket is going to be Iowa State. I think that the whole conference has just caught up to them. 3-7 now in the Big 12, ranked at number 20 this week somehow, and should definitely be out of the top 25. LSU's in some danger as of late, but still have multiple opportunities to get it back on the right track. It's more like Iowa State is just, the whole conference is just caught up to them. Wow, Arizona extending the lead 69-63 to score against USC. As USC missed the 3 and they have to commit a foul as Arizona will head back to the free throw line. Ooh. Disappointing, I say. Louisville, Virginia Tech, Memphis is in there. Oh, Syracuse this year. I thought they'd be much better for Syracuse. They're struggling too. Yes, St. John's hasn't really picked up a signature victory. I thought they'd be like borderline bubble for St. John's for the bracket, but they don't have like any big victories for them this season. That's another team to put on disappoint. Michigan. Michigan's been one of the biggest ones. Yeah, I'm shocked to see that they're in people's bubbles for Michigan. Right now, 11-9, came off a loss today against Purdue, even at 500 in the conference. Here's the thing. I'm not sure if Iowa even makes it to the bracket. Like, they've played an easy schedule most of the season for Iowa. They've avoided the tougher teams in the conference. And they got crushed against Iowa State, which certainly isn't helping them out. Iowa right now 14-7, but they're 4-6 in the conference. And they lost their last game against Penn State. So Iowa coming up, they got Ohio State on Thursday. Or they had that game postponed. They were supposed to play them on Thursday. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do coming back after a postponed game. So they got Minnesota tomorrow. Maryland's been better lately, still a far way away. That's another team, too, because Maryland was ranked at the start of the season, and the transfers have been a disappointment. Maryland, Michigan, those are two big disappointing teams, but they avoid playing, like, quality competition, Iowa does. They don't play against main teams in their conference twice. They play against Illinois once. They play against Michigan State once. They already lost against Illinois, so that's where that game went. They played a long time ago against Purdue, and that's the only game that they played against Purdue, was back on early December. They have 2 games against Nebraska, 2 games against Michigan. So they get a favorable schedule. So they might come up and miss the tournament. I can't show the game due to copyright. It's play-by-play only. I would take Kentucky in that one. I think experience is, well, both teams pretty experienced, but Kentucky's one of the most experienced teams in the field. But I think the guard play is the difference maker in that one in favor of Kentucky. Because Gonzaga's more like front court heavy. Yeah, it's been crazy this season. Just it's been so many upsets this year. It's insane. What's good, Sparky, Black Shirt, Kirk on the stream. Welcome on the channel, guys. Right now we're just at halftime. 39-28 the score. USC and Arizona. This game has gone final. Arizona pulls out a huge victory. Final score 72-63. Oh yeah, I'm back on the Christian's question here. The most surprising teams this season, I'd say for the first half of the season, I say Iowa State was the most surprising one. They started out 12-0 until they started conference play, and it's now just 3-7 in the Big 12. But other teams that's been a surprise, Auburn. I want to think they get up to number 1. That they got a lot of their players basically sophomores on Auburn. And same as Arizona. Arizona number 7 in a first-year head coach, too, for what they've done. One of the top offensive teams nationally for Arizona. Texas Tech's up to 14. They had a lot of transfers they lost in the offseason. I didn't think they'd be up that much for Texas Tech. I thought they'd be around the 30s. Just outside the top 25. They've done a nice job recovering. I'm a Providence fan. That's the team I root for. Providence is the big one. I never would have crossed my mind. 18-2. They have one of the best records nationally for Providence, and they're put that low at number 15. It's kind of sad how they keep on getting bet on. A lot of these games they were underdogs when they played against St. John's this week. They've won so many close games this season. That's the thing, and they're one of the most experienced teams in the field. Kansas, Kentucky, UCLA. Those are some of the teams that's loaded with seniors. Providence has 7 seniors in their team. They haven't blown out like many teams this year. They don't blow out teams. They just win close games. And that's what they've done. They've won, I'm going to count these up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They've won 11 games by 7 points or less for Providence. That's the difference between an 8-13 record and a 19-2 record right there. That's crazy. Yeah, Marquette too. Marquette's been blowing out competition past month or so. Oh yeah, I got that. I think it might be a little bit of both or so in there. I think it was the start of coaching and also transfers too. I think it's tough with teams that have so many players with transfers that it could take quite a time to build up chemistry. Yeah, just so many close games this year. It's insane. Dennis, welcome to Streamer, man. Yeah, Duke with a big lead at one point in this first half. Ty, welcome in. Big win for Missouri. Glad to have you back in, bud. I'm probably going to take 4, maybe, for Duke that go to the draft here. Banchero's a given. I'm probably going to go with Wendell Moore, too, going to the draft as well. And then Mark Williams, that's probably a toss-up for him. And same as Roach. I feel like Keels will probably stay. Maybe. And they also lose John because this is Theo John's last year, Joey Baker's last year, so they're going to have a lot of players being replaced next season. Let's go to Amanda. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you guys in the stream right now. If you guys are new, we're at halftime. Hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. I'm going to end this poll right now. It was pretty even throughout, and then as the game progressed, it went in Duke's favor. 63-37. Thanks so much all who voted in the poll for tonight. Ian, welcome to Stream Air, man. Gonna get back for the second half in a little bit from now. A couple other games going on throughout college hoops at the moment. Wisconsin leading Penn State. Now the scoring starting to pick up, 28-21, as that was an 18-13 game going into halftime. Wisconsin leads by 7. Vanderbilt leading LSU by 11, 54-43. And that's basically it for Power Conference games at the moment. Yeah, that's basically it going down at this time for Power 5 teams playing. UNC was getting destroyed at one point in this first half. The largest lead was Duke by 23. And North Carolina went on to a 20-8 run to close out to go into half. Brady Manick is the savior of this game for UNC. Right now, Manick has made 4 3-point shots. He has made all 4 that UNC has made. Manick with 15 points. He is the game leader in the first half. And then for Duke, 2 players in double figures. A.J. Griffin, 6 for 8 shooting. He's got 13 points, and Wendell Moore has 11 points. So second half about to begin. Glad to have you guys back in. Just about to get rolling here in just a moment. Blue Devil, babe, welcome on the stream. Yeah. UNC hasn't been ranked in quite some time. Started out early this season ranked, but short-lived. They went to Mohegan Sun. They just haven't had that signature victory for them this season. They played the 2 games at Mohegan Sun against Tennessee and against Purdue. And they have a victory against Michigan. Has to be the best game that I've seen them play this season, when I called that game a few months ago. And then we realized that Michigan was nowhere close to being in the top 25. Pass off the cut, bobbled, and out of bounds. It's a turnover by UNC by Leaky Black. So that's how things start out. As Duke made the jumper on their side right before. And now we'll take a 3 from the corner, and that is good by Duke, picking up the score. And once again, it's A.J. Griffin. 44-28. Griffin up to 18. UNC with the ball. 1 minute through the second. Down by 16 just like that. Bounce pass down low. Baycott puts it up over Williams. Williams, tough defense, and comes up with a defensive rebound. Mark Williams making an impact. Bunkero, jab step, dribbles left baseline, rises for the jumper, blocked by UNC. Bunkero gets it back, bounce pass down low. Williams' triple team, swings it outside. Roach, extra pass to the top. Griffin throws it away. It's Baycott who picks up the steal on the key. And Duke gets called for the reach-in. It's on Bunkero reaching in his first. $18:27 left to go. As we just start out the second half, Brady Manick leading the way for UNC with 15 points, but not really anybody else stepping up. At the wing, Manick with the ball. He's made all the 3-point shots that UNC's made as a team. 4 for 7 from the perimeter. Out to the wing, it is Baycott. Puts the ball down low, back into the hands to Baycott. Puts up a turnaround, and Mark Williams with another defensive stop. He is a force down low defensively. Number 15 for Duke. And Duke will slow it down. Boncaro. It's Moore who swings it out to the top of the free throw circle. Williams gives it outside to Griffin. Griffin jacks up a three. It's up and he drills it. AJ Griffin having a phenomenal night. 21 by Griffin. The game leader makes his third three of this big-time rivalry matchup on the Tobacco Road. Manic just floats up a circus shot, and now that's 3 shots underneath the rim that North Carolina has taken that haven't even fallen close on just wild layup attempts. Out of control right there by Manic. 17-20 left to go. Hand off to the top. Griffin. What will he do here? Drive straight away. Puts one up and scores another one. Oh man, this guy's master bucking on a whole nother level. AJ Griffin, 3 minutes through the second, and he's got a career high 23 just going off here in the second half. Griffin, 10 points through 3 minutes. Timeout taken on the floor by UNC. 17:09 left to play. It's now a 21-point lead because of number 21 himself taking over. Unbelievable start to the second we have by AJ. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Didn't take too long for that timeout. 10-zip run right out of the gate for Duke in the first 3 minutes in the second half. All by AJ Griffin. Perfect 4 for 4 from the floor, 2 for 2 from three-point range. Oh yeah, they know how big this one is for Coach K. Not looking back in the driver's seat. Maybe Wisconsin is, though. Wisconsin's been struggling a little bit lately. They lead Penn State by just 1. 30-29 midway through the second half. That's not a first half score. That's not a halftime score. That's a second half score 30 minutes into the game between Wisconsin and Penn State. The score was 18-13 Wisconsin at halftime. No, I do not think UNC will finish the season ranked. They don't have like signature victories that they've got. That's the thing that they're missing, and that's why they're bubble. That's the difference between NIT and first 4 and 11 seed in the bracket. They need to find some signature victories. Right now, their record is pretty good, but who have they won against to get these victories? That's the thing. When their opportunities have come, they've lost. Lost against Purdue, lost against Tennessee, lost against Kentucky by 29, lost against Notre Dame, lost against Miami, lost against Wake Forest. Those are teams that are at the top of the conference looking to get in the brackets. If they suffer any bad losses, they're out of the bracket. But there's a lot of teams playing for bubble with them. Florida State. Florida State was at the top of the conference 2 weeks ago. Now they're nowhere to be found. They keep on losing games. They lost at home today against Wake Forest, which Wake Forest has got a great record this year. What's good, Chicago Bulls 123? Welcome back in. Baylor got crushed today and lost against Kansas. That was a surprising score. Kansas won 83-59. I thought they'd have a chance. It's just they can't get over the hump here. It's going to be tough. They need a miraculous comeback. And Virginia won against Miami today, won by double digits. That's another team that you have to add to the factor this bracket is Virginia. They seem to always go on a run. In the last month or so, they always put together like a 6+ game winning streak. In the last month, it seems like for Virginia, historically every single season. We get back to action. 17 minutes left to go. It's Duke by 21. As we have a quick fall, it's away from the basketball here, and it will stop the clock. Bobby, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks so much for joining in. Sending my thoughts and prayers out to you Wishing you the best in your recovery there, brother. And stay strong. I know you can do it there, man. Here's the inbound lob over the top. Nobody covering Mark Williams. And he throws it down for the huge two-handed jam. That's been the big trouble spot this season for UNC. Defense. And that's the easiest bucket that anybody will get, especially with a 7-footer off of an inbound uncovered alley-oop at the rim. That will be a deep 2 jumper. It's made by Caleb Love. Caleb Love finally on the board with 2 points now. 16:20 left to play. Lob into the hands to Williams. He hands it over to Banchero. Spin move at the right elbow. Gives it outside to Roach. Roach defended at the wing. Dribbles up. Drives into the paint. Puts one up and floats it home for 2 more. Multiple players into the scoring column tonight for Duke, and they keep on delivering. Under 16 minutes left to play. Duke shooting at a high clip, 61%. Right hand finishes off the glass. It is R.J. Davis with a bucket. Yeah, I know, man. That's rough. You still get the conference tournament, so honestly, anything could happen there. The conference tournament's open. Tippin is through by Wendell Moore up to 13. I'm going to probably predict Wake Forest as a 9 or a 10 for seeding. I'd have to go with. 15-15 left to play. Manic pump fake, stripped to the ball. Banchero almost came up with a steal. Diving forward, he does. What a hustle right there by Paulo. And it will be a tie-up. Media timeout, North Carolina basketball. So Banchero had the steal for a second, then got tied up, and UNC will get it back, coming up with a possession arrow going their way. We're going to head to a timeout. It is all Duke tonight in the Tobacco Road rivalry. 55-32 with 15:08 left to play. Yeah, there was a lot of years where I would just get pumped up for March Madness, but my team wouldn't be in, unfortunately. So I hear you guys. I know the pain of it. The team that you root for just misses March Madness. It's tough. My dream someday would to cover a team, cover the whole season of basketball with a specific team that makes March Madness. That would be pretty cool. That would be a dream of mine sometime. Wow, so it's almost been a year. Coming up on 2 more weeks, and we get the first stream that Chicago Bulls 123 watched on the stream. That's awesome, man. Wisconsin is now trailing. Penn State leads at Wisconsin 40-36. Just going to dig into the profile. A couple teams here, Wisconsin and LSU, because both of these teams are cold. I talked about Iowa State a little bit earlier, how I'm not even sure if they're going to make it into the bracket, in my opinion. There was a couple weeks ago where Texas A&M started out the season 15-2. I was like on one of those streams, how in the world is that going to be sustainable? Because I did not think that would be sustainable, that Texas A&M would keep it rolling. Then they played Kentucky. They lost. It was a close game, but they've gone cold lately too, and now are away from the bracket. Wisconsin lost at Illinois. They lost against Michigan State, lost at Illinois. So just throw out top 25 teams, and it's been difficult for them lately. They're 17-4, so of course they're going to be in the bracket, but that's not a good one right there, especially at home against Penn State. And they got Michigan State on the road right after that. Tuesday is at Michigan State. That's going to be another tough one. They had just lost against Michigan State. And then LSU is, they're going to be out of the top 25. LSU in danger of losing their 6th game out of 7. They have losses since mid-January. They've lost against Arkansas, Alabama, Tennessee, at TCU, and against Ole Miss on Tuesday. That's the one that hurts. A home game against Ole Miss, who's not near tournament contention. All those other ones are against tournament teams. Arkansas, Alabama, Tennessee. I think that TCU is going to make it in. TCU is another borderline team. And now they're at Vanderbilt, at Texas A&M. These are teams you have to beat if you're LSU. All like teams just outside the bracket. They're not great teams. They're not bad teams. They're at the bottom pack of the conference. But they're at like the bottom middle of the conference with those teams. And Mississippi State's borderline. That's another team just like UNC that's awaiting to pick up a signature victory. So we get back to action. 15 minutes left to play. North Carolina has the ball. Jumper taken at the free throw circle by Manick, and he missed off the front rim. Duke will keep on slowing it down. Only 32 points allowed by their defense to North Carolina, a top 30 team in scoring nationally. Moore lobs it over to Banchero. Rises for the jumper, deflected, knocked out of bounds, last touched by the Tar Heels. Banchero having a cold game too. He got 2 quick buckets in the first 2 minutes. He scored 5 points, and ever since he has yet to make a shot. 5 points tonight by Banchero. He did it through the first 2 minutes. More at the right baseline. It's been A.J. Griffin who's leading the way with 23. Here's a jumper by Banchero around the rim and out. UNC comes up with a defensive rebound. Black hands it off to Davis. Now out to the wing to Leaky Black. Gives it over to Love. Love shoots the 3 straight away, and he hits it. Still far away from getting back in this 20-point game, but that's a huge 3 by Caleb Love. So finally for UNC, someone makes a 3 other than Manick. It took them around 25 minutes to do so in this matchup. Griffin will keep on launching, and that goes over the rim out of bounds. The aggressiveness has been right there tonight for A.J. Griffin. 10 of 13 shooting, attempting the most shots, and he is efficient. 3 made threes, 23 points. UNC has it at the wing. They move it out to the top to Black. Hand off to Love. Love swings it down low. Baycott, and he gets fouled from behind. It's Joey Baker who picks up the blocking foul, and Armando Baycott will head to the free throw line. So Baycott averaging a double-double, 16.5, 12.5 this season for points and rebounds tonight. Just looking to get to the double-digit column in one of these categories, and points looks like he'll get there first. First one is good, up to 9 points. I can't show the actual game due to copyright. It's just play-by-play only. Baycott's got 3 games with 20-plus rebounds this season. That is second nationally. 17 double-doubles out of the 22 that he's played in. Second shot missed by Baycott. John drives, attacks, and they move it from Keels to John again, and he throws it down. Theo John with a 2-handed flush. North Carolina with it at the wing. They push it out to the top to Black. Hand off to Love. Love rises for the jumper. Takes the 3, missed off the back rim. Soared up with a defensive rebound snagged by Keels. Roach at the wing. Approaching 13 minutes left to play. Yeah, no problem. Roach gives it over to Baker. Baker inside the key, pump fake. Off of a triple team inside, and he lost it. Baycott comes up with a steal. Needing something here for UNC. Manick, nice pump fake. Takes the 3, fakes out the defense, and scores. Oh, that was nice. Brady Manick up to 18. That's the best possession throughout the night by UNC. 17-plus points in the last 3 straight games for Manick coming on fire. He has made 5 threes. Out to the wing. Duke with it off of a double team. Pass down low. Banchero moves out to the top. Open 3 straight away. Roach couldn't connect. Tipped up. Battle for the rebound. Ripped away by Manick. And it will be an over-the-back call picked up by Buncaro on his second personal. So this will go back to UNC with the ball. That is now team foul number 3 by Duke in the second half. .12:15 left to play. North Carolina with the ball down by 18. Hand off to Love, towards his right. Dribble drives down the lane inside, goes backdoor, lays it up and through. Caleb Love for 2. Trying to see if they can make this a ball game. They're still a far way from it, though, with 12 minutes left to play. Largest lead of the night was Duke by 23. Love with all 7 points in the second half. Buncaro puts up the jumper, too strong off the glass, but he gets fouled. And Paulo Buncaro will head to the free throw line. Blocking foul charge to Manick. 57-41 the score. Looks like we're going to head to a timeout here on the media break as Duke leads by 16. That's awesome. Christian's birthday coming up in a couple months, being 18. Always great there, man. That's great. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks so much all for joining tonight, being a part here on this channel. And it's just been one team lighting it up from the floor in this matchup here. Duke, 56% shooting. UNC at 35% shooting. And rebound advantage going in favor of Duke, plus 11 on the glass, 29-18. Points in the paint, 26-14 in favor of Duke. Wisconsin is taking the lead back. They lead Penn State 43-40 with about 5 minutes left to play. We'll keep an eye there on that score. Man, Oregon State goes from Elite 8 to not even remotely close to the bracket. Colorado is shredding Oregon State tonight, 70-37. That was once in a lifetime a dream run that Oregon State had. Oregon State this season is 3-16, 1-8 in the Pac-12. Last year they were basically a one hit 2-week wonder, basically. Last year. How about this to point out? This is something interesting. Looking at the Pac-12 right now that I just saw, Washington has a better record in the conference than USC. That is crazy. Never mind Washington State and Oregon having better records than USC. And of course Arizona and UCLA. But USC is 9-4 in the conference. Washington is 7-3 with a better winning percentage than them. That's crazy to this point. Wouldn't have imagined that. Right now, just in the timeout, if you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Appreciate all for joining in tonight, being a part here on the channel. Make sure to ring that notification bell so you guys do get notified when I do go back live for my next stream. I won't be live tomorrow. I plan on being back sometime on throughout the course of next week. So just make sure to ring that notification bell when I do go live. I've been going live quite a bit on Tuesday because I've been working a lot. Usually Wednesday and Saturday I have games. Next week I just have Saturday because this past week I had a doubleheader on a Wednesday night and I had a game earlier today. But next week it's a busy Saturday, so I'll be away next Saturday. What's good, Jerome? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you back in. I hope all is going well, man. 11:52 left to play. Duke at the free throw line now with Banchero. Just missed the first one. Come back from break. Second one's good by Banchero. Banchero just got his first point since 1842 in the first half. He had a quick 5 points in the first minute and 18 seconds. Missed jumper floating it up as it was an air ball by UNC. Duke with it back and stumbling, getting tripped up was Wendell Moore. So UNC commits their third foul. What's good, Austin? Welcome in. Yeah, things pretty fun out there. I had a great game today that I got to cover. The team that I cover home games for, they made 14 3-point shots. And it was quite a bit of a surprise because they came into the game dead last in the conference in 3-point shooting percentage, and they ended up winning. They won. The final score was 82-78. It was close all throughout the game. And I got to interview one of the players, which was cool. The player that scored the team high, he kind of reminded me of Kemba Walker. Shifty type of player, as Duke able to hit the turnaround by Banchero. He was good off the catch drilling threes. Approaching the 11-minute mark left to go, UNC has it. Love attacks and passes over to Baycott, almost lost it. Able to get it back though. Black drives right to the cup, scores as he lays it in with a left hand. It's good because where I am, the colleges had fans not in attendance for quite a while for the past couple weeks, but fans were in the stands for this game today. They started coming back last week. That's a three straight away by Duke, able to connect. And that is Jeremy Roach who knocks down the triple, assisted by A.J. Griffin. 10.5 left to play. UNC with the ball, swings it cross court to Leaky Black. 15 in the shot clock for Black, moves it over to Davis. Davis off of the pick set, floats one up over the top, hit the rim short. Offensive rebound pull down though, as he got his own board, passed it outside, and deflected out by Duke. So we'll stay North Carolina ball. UNC gets the inbound. Baycott at the top. Puts the ball into the hands to Black. Black dribbles, passes over, inside. Baycott, that's a tough 2-point, scores. It goes through, count it, and one. Able to draw the foul. Armando Baycott up to double digits scoring. Still a long way in the rebound column from doing that, though. 12 points, 3 boards. Free throw is good. I'm going to take the Rams in the Super Bowl. Inbound for Duke in the backcourt. They're getting pressured. Able to pass it off the double team. 10 minutes left to play. Out on the break, they kick out to the corner. Moore dribbles back outside. He will slow it down. Less than 10 minutes remaining. Pass deflected. Griffin able to pick it up. Dribbles left baseline. Floats up a wild shot. No good. Offensive rebound though by Williams. Moves it outside to Banchero. Takes the three and makes it. Nice track down right there. Mark Williams with the offensive rebound. Swung it out to the wing where Paulo Banchero straight off the catch able to deliver from 3-point range. Off the catch this time straight away. It is Brady Manick delivering with a 3. Left wide open with a ton of space straight away. Manick with 21 has made 6 threes tonight. If only his teammates had shown up, this would have been a ball game. 9-10 left to go. Duke by 17 and with the ball. Crossover. Roach driving right down the lane with the right hand. Finger roll goes up and through for 2. Jeremy Roach to the cup. Roach with all 7 points in the second half. UNC with a possession. Davis drives right down the lane with the right hand. He finishes up and in off the glass. That is back-to-back buckets by both teams, trading layups off a burst of speed plays right down the lane. And a timeout taken by Coach K. 8:39 left to play, 68-51, up by 17 for Duke as we head to the timeout. Alright, right now we're just in timeout. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. And appreciate all for joining in tonight, being a part here on the channel. This is as big as a game that North Carolina could have, besides the road game at Duke on a month from now, at March 5th. Other than that, North Carolina is going to play teams that are most likely not going to make it into the tournament unless they win the ACC tournament. UNC, remaining part of the schedule, at Clemson on Tuesday, hosting Florida State, hosting Pitt, at Virginia Tech, hosting Louisville, at NC State, hosting Syracuse, and the next shot that they have of the signature opponent will be at Duke Cameron Indoor, Saturday, March 5th, a month from today. They've had opportunities against Miami and Wake Forest, teams above them, but not able to come through. Same as Notre Dame. So those are all teams above Miami right now in the standings. And when it comes to the bracket, there's probably going to be 4, possibly, with Duke, Wake Forest, Miami, and Notre Dame. All depends on how it comes out. We come back from the timeout, Banchero, jumper, turnaround, connects with it at the baseline. Banchero with 8 points in the second half. UNC at the wing. Puff Johnson takes a 3. He hits it. Younger brother of Cam. Plays for the Phoenix Suns. I do think that they do for Gonzaga. There's a couple of teams that I think that I have like above them right now, but I still think they have a chance. I had them for my preseason as for the pick. In the preseason is the jumper missed by Griffin. Offensive rebound. Mark Williams, holy smokes. Oh, man. Throws it down, tearing down the rack. Off the miss by Griffin on an air ball. Williams collects it. In between 3 defenders, just underneath. Soaring up high and throws it down with a monstrous two-handed flush. Wow. Nothing you can do about that. You got a physical big man that can tear down the rack between 3 defenders. He wants it tonight. Mark Williams has had a great game. Doing all the little things. Perfect 4 for 4 from the floor as we take a timeout here. 9 points by Williams. Had an and 1 play. 6 rebounds. Altering a bunch of shots by Williams in the block department. He has 2 blocks today as well. That's what he's basically known for, is blocking shots. So Mark Williams 1 point away from double figure scoring. And he has a chance coming up at the free throw line. It's actually a possibility for a 3-point play. It was Brady Manick who picked up a blocking foul. So they call it a blocking foul on Manick there. 7:37 left remaining. It's all Duke right from the start tonight. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Thanks so much for joining in, being a part here in the channel. Thought it would be much more of a competitive game than this. Hopefully next one will be a much better contest here. This game's just been all Duke. Couple scores right now since we're in the timeout. Vanderbilt leading LSU, still under 6 minutes left to play. 69-60. Wisconsin leading Penn State. We'll keep you guys posted on this score. 49-42 or 49-45 Wisconsin with 1:30 left remaining. That score has picked up significantly since an 18-13 score at halftime. And UNC only has one more opportunity to basically boost their resume. For UNC to make it to the tournament, they have to win their remaining schedule. They just have to keep on winning the games that they should win. And all of the games coming up, they're certainly capable in doing so. Mark Williams missed the free throw. Lorenzo, welcome back to the stream, man. Things going pretty well. Glad to have you back in. UNC with a grouping of teams: San Francisco, Seton Hall, Wyoming, San Diego State, Oregon, Creighton, Mississippi State, Florida, Notre Dame, West Virginia, Florida State, SMU, UAB. Teams that are currently on the bubble of making or missing the NCAA tournament. UNC went 1 for 2 at the free throw line. 7:15 left to go. It's Duke with the ball. Out to the left corner. Moore gets fouled, and that will be North Carolina's 5th. It is picked up by Caleb Love for reaching in. At about a month from now, we might see Iowa State in this column, in the bubble column, because they're in some serious danger right now. We see West Virginia right now from the Big 12 in that column. Oklahoma's another one, potentially bubble. Florida's in that grouping currently. Circling around, Griffin takes it right down the rack and scores with a right-handed finish. Oh, what a game from the freshman. A.J. Griffin having a game of his life, a career high, 25 points. Under 7 minutes left remaining. 19-point lead for Duke. UNC has the possession. Black at the top of the key, defended 1-on-1 by Moore. Gives it over to Manick. Lobs it out to the elbow, into the hands to Baycott. Baycott settles for the jumper. Off the rim, no good. Ripped away by Wendell Moore. And Duke will keep on slowing down the basketball. Duke coming in. Solid defensive team. Holding Notre Dame to just 43 points on Monday. That happened to be a season low for points allowed by the Blue Devils. As Williams, or it's inside Griffin, who draws the fall on Baycott. What a move by Griffin. The last possession that he scored on, able to sneak past Manick down the lane. Janelle, welcome to the stream. Sorry to hear about that for UNC this season. A.J. Griffin at the free throw line. 2 shots. First one to make. This has been a brilliant performance by Duke on both sides of the court. 60% shooting, 40% holding North Carolina to shoot the ball from. Second one's good. Ooh, I think I might be able to change that. I'll see. I'll look into it there. Thanks so much, Joey, for stopping on by. I'll see if I'm able to see if there's something that does the CC. Caption certification. Oh, no, that's not it. I'll see once we go to like a timeout or something. But glad to have you guys join in, being a part here on the stream. 5:42 left to play, 76-55 the score. Back to the free throw line once again. We'll go Duke, this time with Trevor Keels shooting 2. Their best win is against Michigan 2 months ago. They don't have a signature victory. All the opportunities that they've had against quality opponents happen to be losses. Tennessee, Purdue, and now Duke today. They lost against Notre Dame, Wake Forest, and Miami, teams above them in the conference. Both of the shots good at the line by Keels. Under 6 minutes left to go. Welcome an Ant on the stream. Micro, welcome to the stream here from Italy. 5.5 remaining. North Carolina with it down by 23. Top of the key. As they dribble, lost the handle by Davis, able to get it back. They move it outside to Manick, jacks up the 3 and airballs it. To the left of the rim, goes out of bounds. Just been a tough game for UNC to get anything going right from the start. Duke looking for a full court pass. Watch out ahead. It's Keels who picks it up around the perimeter. And he will slow down the dribble. Roach has it now at the top. 20 in the shot clock. Roach towards his left edge of the logo. Picks up by John. Roach dribbles up, drives, down the lane, and draws the foul. Back to the free throw line, Jeremy Roach. Shoot 2 more. He just made 2 at the free throw line. Yeah, this is the only one I'll be covering tonight. 5 minutes left to play. And Roach shooting 2, and he hits the first one. So yeah, North Carolina basically, they're going to have to win out to keep themselves in tournament contention. Because basically now it's more so post a good record, and when signature opponents have come, they haven't been able to win those. Second one missed at the line. North Carolina now with it. As they dribble, attack in, they draw the foul. So this will be RJ Davis shooting 2. Yeah, right now UNC is a 10 seed. I feel like they need a signature win for them. And the next time they'll have a signature game will be at Duke a month from today at Cameron Indoor on March 5th. These are all games that they have to win coming up. Clemson, Florida State. They're hosting Florida State, so it's not like they're on the road at FSU. Pitt, Virginia Tech, Louisville, NC State, Syracuse. That's the remaining part of the schedule for North Carolina. At Clemson, hosting Florida State, hosting Pitt, at Virginia Tech, hosting Louisville, at NC State, and hosting Syracuse before their last game in conference play before the ACC tournament at Duke a month from today. Both shots good at the free throw line, under 5 minutes left to play. Wendell Moore, off a double team, gives it out to the top. They swing it out to the corner. Keels takes the 3, sinks it down. That's good for the triple. 82-57. This game is all Duke. Leaky Black has it at the right wing, and reaching in around the perimeter will be Keels. And now will be Duke's 7th personal foul, so now UNC is in the bonus. Good question there. Both of them really good. I'd take Green Day. Yeah, that was shocking today that Baylor got blown out like that. This has just been a crazy season this year. So yeah, UNC is probably going to be an 11 seed or going to be a play-in team, most likely. All depends on what happens remaining part of the schedule. And Virginia's coming. Take note from today, Virginia beat Miami by double digits. Virginia in the final month always somehow, some way manages to get into the tournament, even though they've been just below par of what they've been this season. Duke will light up another 3, and that will sink through on the perimeter triple by Keels. Timeout taken on the floor by UNC. 3.5 left to go. As they also get called for the travel here. Largest lead of the game by Duke. 28-point lead, and it's a timeout taken by the Tar Heels. I'm from Massachusetts. So if you guys didn't know, I'm actually a Providence fan for college hoops. I'm a big Boston sports fan. Celtics, Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins. James Harden to go to Philly. That would probably be a no there. I don't think Brooklyn would make a trade with one of your conference rivals. Oh, this jersey right here is just a plain green baseball pullover that they had. Joey from Albany, welcome in. Hope all went well during that ice storm yesterday. We got a pretty bad ice storm at night last night. Right now, teams... here's the thing. If you're UNC, it's going to be difficult to make it to the tournament, especially without a signature win for like an at-large team. And especially with all the bid thieves that I think we're going to have this season. We're probably going to have a lot of wild conference tournaments with random teams getting in that weren't even close to making the bracket, like 7, 8 seeds in their conference tournament. These are teams that are in jeopardy right now, not even making it into the tournament. As we take a look at the bubble, San Francisco, Seton Hall, Creighton, San Diego State, Oregon has made their way in after a rough start. Florida, which has been on and off this season. Mississippi State, which is in the same category as UNC, that they haven't picked up a quality victory yet. Mississippi State's got tougher games and opportunities there. Notre Dame is in the grouping. West Virginia, SMU, UAB, Florida State somehow. Florida State's drifting out. That's basically the bubble. At this point, there's a lot of other teams in that grouping too. Colorado State, Wyoming. There's a bunch of mid-major teams in that grouping. Wake Forest, TCU, they're a little bit of ahead of the bubble right now. Oklahoma is another one. Miami currently is a 9 seed. All depends on what happens throughout the rest of the season for a ton of these teams. Yeah, Providence been one of the biggest shocks this season. They've won 11 games by 7 points or less for Providence. They haven't really blown out anybody. It's just with the experience that they have is that they close out all their close games. They've won every single game that's been in single digits. They've lost twice, and they've got blown out both of those games against Marquette and Virginia. (85-57). We get back to action. Duke with the ball. Moore at the top, dribbles up, swings it outside into the hands to Griffin, having a career night. A.J. Griffin, top of the key, takes the three at the wing. It's up and hit the front rim. Goes to the corner, defensive rebound, able to get picked up by Black. Final 3 minutes left to go. Leaky Black, dish underneath off the fingertips of a UNC player. Justin McCoy able to pick it up, though. Takes the three, missed off the glass, missed by Black. That should have been an easy 2. And Duke able to come up with the defensive rebounds. Steven on the stream, welcome in. Thanks so much for joining in from North Carolina. I figured a lot of people from North Carolina today. Vanderbilt about to beat LSU 75-66. LSU is going to lose their 6th out of 7th game in a row. So they're starting to be in danger of missing the tournament for LSU. Iowa State is another team that's in serious danger. Like, they were ranked at number 20 this week. They're 3-7 now in the Big 12. Another team that's in some serious danger is Iowa. Iowa doesn't really have much signature victories to go along with them, too. And they got crushed against Iowa State. They're lucky their record's better than what it is right now through the easy non-conference schedule. And for them getting multiple games against bottom feeder teams in the conference like Nebraska and Penn State that they've got double games from, and they when they play ranked teams, they've only got one game against those opponents. UNC scores off the glass, 2:10 left to play. Edge of the logo, Duke has it now with Keels. Final 2 minutes, 10 in the shot clock. Keels towards his left, moves it out to the top. They give it out to the baseline, and Theo John called in the travel. AJ Griffin, what a night as he heads to the bench. 27 points, a career high. Phenomenal night for him. He went 11 for 17 shooting, 3 for 6 from the outside. Final minute 45 left to play. Puff Johnson has it for UNC. Dribbles up, floats up the runner. Missed off the mark. And defensive rebound pulled down by Duke. Driving right down the lane. Wide open layup missed. That was Jalen Blake's, but the putback is good, though, for Duke. Bates Jones with a putback for 2 off the glass. Yeah, Arizona's been pulling out some close victories lately. Backdoor layup scores. And that goes down by Kerwin Walton, who has been silent throughout all this night until the final minute. Kerwin Walton, sharp-shooting player. He made a 3 earlier. He's got 5 points tonight. And 1 minute left to go. Now we have the reserves coming in. There's Coach K's grandson coming in for this special moment. Coach K, final time at Chapel Hill, a success, 87-61. 1 minute left to play. Michael Savarino going to check into the game in just a moment to play the final minute as Duke clears out the bench. Jalen Blakes, Theo John, Joey Baker, Michael Savarino, and Bates Jones, 5 in the court currently for Duke with 1 minute left remaining, and looks like we'll head to the timeout. Before you sign off tonight, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks all for joining in, being a part here on the channel. Interesting thing about USC, I'm gonna look myself about that because I'm interested to know too. I haven't looked into their resume that much this season. They were playing a lot of easy opponents in the non-conference slate though. But USC has a worse conference record than Washington. And Washington State and Oregon. But, so USC lost against Stanford at home. They lost against Stanford twice. They're still ranked. 19-4 now. Losses against Arizona. They got a game against Pacific on Tuesday. That must be in place of a team. Like some other team. They got a bunch of games postponed for them. They got a game postponed against Arizona. They had a game canceled against Oklahoma State. Would love to see how that would have went. They beat San Diego State, who's bubble. Yeah, they don't really have like a big ranked victory. Lost against Oregon, lost against Stanford twice, and they've taken care of teams that they should win in the conference, beating Arizona State in their last victory by just 5. Final 40 seconds. Yeah, they're really high. They got 2 games remaining against UCLA, but that's all they have against a ranked opponent. Just those UCLA games. That's a team that I would not go for in the tournament. It looks like they're struggling to win some of these close games. Like Arizona, Oregon, and Stanford. All close, but they couldn't win. 30 seconds left to play as UNC made the 3. And another bucket by the Tar Heels is going to be from the outside. What a night by Duke, though. Out in full command. They led right from the start in this game. 58% shooting from the floor. AJ Griffin gets the game ball for this one for Duke. 27 points, 11 for 17 from the floor. He has been massive here in the second part of the stretch for the schedule for Duke. For the freshman, made 3 threes tonight. Monster game by Griffin. Paulo Banchero, double-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds. Wendell Moore, 13 points. And Mark Williams, 9 points, perfect, 4 for 4, 6 rebounds. Ended up recording 2 blocks. Before I do sign off, hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Thanks so much all for joining me tonight, as this was a blowout. This game has been all Duke. 58% shooting by Duke. UNC held it just 41% from the floor. Points in the paint, plus 10 for Duke, 36-26. And big difference tonight in this matchup, rebound advantage. 40 rebounds for Duke, just 24 on the glass for UNC. So we're going to close out to the channel members. Appreciate all for joining in. Big matchup goes the way for Coach K. And he picks up his last victory at Chapel Hill in his phenomenal coaching career. Got the channel members out here. All channel members get a shout out at the end of the live stream. Says we have Jason, Cindy, Rajip, Oldad Deuce, Brian, SG Sports Talk, Russell, D-Block, Greg, Oreo Pudding, Bino, Arohan, Mark, Mike, John, Jessica, Stephanie, Ahino Joseph, Elkan, GFR 90, Woody, Warren, I Am Ghost, Pamela, Keith, Isaiah, Manon Hayes, Barco, Dave, Rides of Steel, and Kelly. Thanks so much all for joining in today. Big victory by Duke as they win it. Final score 87-67. The final in Chapel Hill. Thanks so much everyone for joining in, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.